Hello there guys, it's Joey. So I thought I would do a video with the crystals from yesterday, showing them a little bit better, showing them in their full glory, because some of them are incredibly beautiful and the lighting yesterday was no good really. And I didn't want to go into too much detail yesterday with regards to the crystal meanings, because otherwise the video would have been twice as long. So I thought what we would do is show them again today, show what they look like in the best light possible that I can achieve right now. It is obviously December, so it's a bit gloomy and cloudy in yonder England, and I've got as much light on as I can. We're by the window, we've got the lights on, so hopefully you'll get a much better look at these crystals because they deserve it. They're amazing. And I like to go through the meanings for everybody just in case. It also helps me remember, so keep going over things, you know, keep saying it out loud helps me remember. So this is black kyanite in shot. I said yesterday that I bought it for gridding. I think it will look really stunning as part of a honouring the Morrigan crystal grid, which I may do before the new year. I wasn't thinking I was going to do many videos before the new year, but I might might do a Morrigan grid for everybody before the 2015 stuff, before the healing stuff begins and the transformation stuff. So I really love black kyanite. Up until this point I had two pieces. I have one piece that I keep by my bed, and it's the first piece I ever owned, and it's just protective and grounding, and it works really well. It's a really good protective stone. I know, for example, that Ange uses it with her protective stuff, and I have one that is a crow wing on my altar that the lady in the shop saved for me, so it's extra special that she, you know, she saw it and thought of me. I was deeply honoured. I thought it was a lovely thing. So it has a really nice feeling attached to it, the nice memory attached to it. And I think in terms of looking like crow's wings in part of a Morrigan grid, that's going to work really well, as well as like a protective vibe. So from the Crystal Bible, black kyanite is an effective earth and psychological healing tool that assists in moving into the in-between life state to access and manifest the current soul plan and release soul imperatives that no longer serve a purpose. This stone shows the karma currently being created by present choices and assists in foreseeing the outcome of a soul plan. An efficient stone for psychological and auric cleaning. The striations rapidly move negativity out of the subtle bodies, aligning the chakras. A potent tool for those who have difficulty fully incarnating into earth life. It assists with mental cleaning as well as a host of sort of physical aids for the body, reproductive system, muscles, adrenals, throat, parathyroid. Black kyanite supports environmental healing, yeah, and so on and so forth. It's a really strong grounding stone as well, which doesn't really mention that. I think it's like possibly my favourite grounding stone. It's that or black tourmaline. Maybe a combination of both. But there you go. So that's the black kyanite, and you can see it much better in here. You can see how, if we're getting a bit closer, you can see how the light sort of travels over the shape of it, the fan crow wing. Look at that one. Isn't it beautiful? I think it's going to look beautiful as part of a grid. So I just thought we'd do this. We show them off a bit better, give them their due, and talk about the meanings. So these, look at these. I'm going to put one down and one stood up. We actually watched Game of Thrones yesterday, so. So because we talked about the Morrigan already, These are black onyx carved howling wolves. I think it would be under O in the crystal bibble. One moment. Yeah, 206. So these are going on the Morrigan altar. They're going to create a gateway. I'm not going to be setting up any spirit gateways or anything like that. But they are going to represent new beginnings in terms of the upcoming year of personal transformation. That sort of link between life and death and the other world. Life, death and rebirth being connected to the Morrigan. The howling has a synonymous feel with the moon, the lunar aspect. Morrigan has a lunar aspect, it's often ignored, but she has both sun and lunar aspects to her. So onyx is a strength giver. It provides support in difficult or confusing circumstances and during times of enormous mental or physical stress, centering your energy and aligning it with a higher power, accessing higher guidance. Is facilitated by onyx as it is a connection with the whole, can take you forward to view the future, and with its capacity to impart personal strength, facilitates being master of one's own destiny. Promotes vigour, steadfastness and stamina, aids in learning lessons, imparting self-confidence and helping you to be at ease in your surroundings. Onyx is a secretive stone that assists in keeping your own counsel. Recognises and integrates dualities within the self, anchors the flighty, and generally imparts self-control. Mental tonic that alleviates overwhelming fears and worries, helps make wise decisions, balances the yin and yang energies within the body. So overarchingly, this is why it's used as a stereotypical or sort of often quoted stone for the Morrigan. It has a lot of the properties which are very true to Morrigan energy. Balancing of yin and yang, balancing of male and female, sort of keeping your own counsel, being like the silent watcher in terms of Morrigan imagery, mythology, however you want to sort of connect to that idea. As well as strength, steadfastness and overcoming. So it works in all of those levels, and then with the added sort of shape given to it, it sort of then takes on wolf elements as well. The wolf is one of the Morrigan's animals. They tend to be spiritual teachers. I have a whole video about wolf energy, so I won't go on about it too much because it's all the information you need to know is there. But it's guidance, and therefore these two making a doorway works on so many levels. It works with the crystals, it works with the Morrigan energy, it works with the wolf energy. Moving on, moving forward, all that sort of good stuff. Right, let's show, okay, there's the pink tourmaline. So, there's the pink tourmaline. Isn't that lovely? We were talking about tourmaline. Pink tourmaline, or rubellite, I believe it is very different from black tourmaline. Like, really different. It's really odd how different it actually feels given that they're both tourmaline. Tourmaline 302. I wonder. Let's just check the other books, make sure there aren't more detailed meanings. There's only 1 or 2 lines in here, which is a bit disappointing. It's not that one. Are you in the third one, or is it just this very... No, it's just literally... Right, okay. It's a stone of love, particularly with regards to the spiritual world. Providing assurance that it is safe to love, it inspires trust and confirms that it is necessary to love yourself before you can hope to be loved by others. Assists in sharing physical pleasure, it disperses emotional pain and all destructive feelings through the heart chakra. It cleanses, synthesizing love with spirituality, promoting peace and relaxation, connecting you to wisdom and compassion, and stimulating receptivity to healing energies. In healing, pink tourmaline balances a dysfunctional endocrine system and treats heart, lungs and skin. Place on the heart. It also stimulates healing of the heart and heart chakra. Can help to stimulate creativity, intuition, taking the problems of the heart and dispersing them. Relieves depression and obsessional thoughts. Okay. So yeah, this crystal has a very specific purpose. We're going to be using pink tourmaline amongst others in the healing stuff that's upcoming. The more and more I think about it, more and more I think that tourmaline is a really, pink tourmaline particularly, we can use black tourmaline as well of course for a completely different angle, but more and more I think about it, pink tourmaline is going to be really, really good for the promised healing stuff that we're going to be looking at going forward. Okay, so that's pink tourmaline. Hold some to your heart chakra, you can feel it working, it's lovely. So then we're going to just show the Labradorite. I don't know if we really need to go into the meanings of it too much. Right, so hopefully we can get a glimmer of some of the light in these and a much better capacity than we were able to yesterday. We didn't do too badly with the sphere yesterday in fairness, but... Okay, so this is the one that's shaped a bit like a crow head. Okay, let's try moving it around a little. Now again, there you go, there's a bit. I'll hold it there a minute, you can see its eyes. That looks more snakehead when you go to that. Look at that, it's, oh gosh, it's not crow, it's snakehead energy. That's why you weren't talking to me yesterday, saying you were crowhead energy, you're not, your snakehead energy. Okay, fantastic, good to know. There you go, there's me discovering things on video. So, if we hold it there, you can see its eyes. So, snake imagery is something that comes up a fair bit, and it's to do with death and rebirth, the shedding of one's old skin. It's to do with the Ouroboros, which is a snake devouring its own tail, and it's a strong image and symbol and psychological state that goes through culture and through time. It appears all over the place, and it has shown up a lot for me. And what it's actually about is sort of connecting to the universal energy of being. Gosh, that sounds really full of it, doesn't it? Really metaphysical, new age. But basically it's about connecting to the life, death and rebirth cycles. So it has a strong Morrigan feel. It's also quite often associated with female power for good reasons and bad reasons, as well as healing and death, because of the imagery of the snake being connected with the healing practice and the snake being wound through the chakras, the life force, and then of course being very associated with poison, bites and death of all forms. You know, snakes are deadly for a lot of cases. So there you go, it is a snake head. I apologise to it. There you go. That's what that Labradorite is about. So there you go. Interesting things that happen when you listen to your intuition. So these are the two little tumbles. Pop these in. It's just a couple more little tumbles for, oh look at the light on there, that's beautiful. For gridding, for things of that nature. I like to be surrounded by Labradorite. You might have been able to tell, right? So this is the one that Hazel sent. There's some light, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Right. Okay. And then, of course, we have the spear. I'm so in love with this. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. Let's see if we can get... look at that. I love how planetoid this feels, because it's just like little bits, little peaks of light that just... the different ways you turn it, and suddenly different little bits of light will just peek out at you. It's so exciting. I think it's beautiful. Again, the light is not the best. There are some beautiful colours working through that, but I think that's a bit better than yesterday. I'm just going to sit here and hold that. I love it. Now, hopefully, the next ones, the big three, they're all man-made, so this bothers some people, but to be honest, they still have their energy. They're still really beautiful, and they still have a rich history behind them. And I really, really wanted to show these three in particular with a much better light. I had to look up the meanings of these now. Can you see the purple and the gold shimmer that works through this? Hopefully you can. I'm pretty sure you can. The video always seems to pick up much more colour rich than I think it is when I'm recording, and when I actually look back at it, it's much better than I think. Right, so I had to look up for some meanings of this one. Okay, which is the carborundum. Okay, so some interesting things about this. It was created in the 1880s in an attempt to create diamonds using electricity. Isn't that fascinating? It's thought to be a master healer that shines light into areas of your life, connecting chakras, purifying mind, body and spirit, encouraging intuition, discernment, helping with eye strain and computer-related injuries. So there's one. It is listed on Crystal Age as helping with electromagnetic related stuff. But this is a lovely page about it. It is man-made from silica, sand and carbon. It does occur naturally in meteorites, where it is called moissanite, which is extremely rare. It's fascinating that those pieces would be expensive. Can help absorb chaotic thoughts. The rainbow colours of the stone are therefore associated with all 7 chakras. It helps shine a light into all areas of our lives, helping lift depression and melancholy, helping relieve stress and associated physical disorders. It can also help enhance the memory and increase artistic and diplomatic skills. I can see it being a very creative stone because of just how human beings react to the colours of light and spectrum, and you can tell how much of a freak I am for that sort of thing because of Labradorite. You know, if I'm sat there turning and things and looking at the colours and looking at the shine, and that connects to something in my soul and my psyche. You know, light and colour obviously play a huge role on the human psyche and the human brain, so I think that's amazing. It's beautiful. And we can see some shiny, so that's awesome. Right-e-ho then. The last two. Right, so I just have to find the meanings in the crystal bibble. Tell you what. You sit there and be shiny a minute for everybody while I muck about in the book. I've got a feeling it's the second book. Right. Listen to me being stupid, singing on and on. Welcome to what it's like to live with a lunatic. Okay. There you are. There you are. Right. We shall very carefully move these pieces. They're so delicate. I'm going to be uber careful. I'm clumsy and it doesn't help. Right, so this next piece is really, really delicate. Okay. So, this is flame aura quartz. Hey, look at this bad boy. Zoom in a little. There you go. Titanium, rutile and niobium on quartz is a powerful initiation tool. It brings about a multi-dimensional energy shift, drawing kundalini energy up through the spine. You remember we were talking about snake through the chakras? That's the energy I was talking about, so that's actually really weird. That's a connection on a higher level, basically connecting the two. Fantastic, I love it when that happens. So it draws the energy up through the spine and through the subtle bodies, adjusting its effect to provide what each soul needs for evolution. Harmonizing planets on an astrological chart, it assists in reading people at an energetic and subtle level. Fantastic. There probably is a bit more information out there about flame aura quartz. Again, the Crystal Bibles don't seem to go into huge amounts of detail about the certain ones. We'll just check the other two books, make sure they've not written any more about it. Well, it's definitely not in that one. Just check the third one. I would read to you from one of the new books I've got, but the Crystal Healing Bible only has a limited amount in. It's got some really interesting information on different ways of interacting with crystals, which is why I wanted it, but in terms of giving meanings, it's pretty limited to sort of the more standardised. And the Book of Stones has a metric ton of information about what it has in there, so we'd be here all day. So no, that's it for these books. Okay. Tempted to just have a quick look online. I think actually we'll probably be here all day. If you want to have some more meanings than that, by all means go have a look. But flame aura quartz. So I saw this online a couple of months ago and I sat there like, oh, I want one. And there was something about it. It has this deep, rich purple blue, and so, you know, blue with this purple shine through it. I was like, oh, beautiful. And it's just really, really, you know, it's something really special. So getting it for Yule/Xmas is no bad thing. It's got an interesting shape to it. It's lovely though. Lovely, shiny, shiny. Shiny, shiny. You go back gently into your pack then. Don't want you to get damaged. That's ever so delicate, the flame aura stuff. Right, and then the very last piece is Tanzanite aura quartz. Okay, I'm going to. It's very much like a little bouquet. This one, a little bouquet of crystals. So pretty. Okay. Alchemized from gold and indium, Tanzanite aura quartz brings multi-dimensional balance and profound spiritual interconnection, attuned to the transmutational violet flame. Brilliant for the sort of transformational magic and energies we're going to try and engage with coming into 2015. It opens and aligns the soul star and highest crown chakras and draws cosmic energy into the physical body and to earth. The stone takes you into a centered state of no mind, helps provide deep spiritual comfort, dissolving emotional blockages and replacing with unconditional love and being part of a sense of being part of a greater soul group. Yeah, so there you go. Violet flame, transformational, that sort of thing. That's something I'm going to be reading around a little more and looking into a little more and things of that nature. So I just wanted to go over the crystals a little bit better. talk about their meanings. I really do prefer to talk about the meanings of these things and the reason for having them. And it's not just, I mean, I do collect crystals. I love them and I love being surrounded by them. But I think it's important to be aware of the meanings of them and what they're being used for, and whether they're being used for grids or placing around the home or as part of spell work, and so on and so forth. There are many, many different meanings and uses of crystals, and meditation's another really great one. And healing work. And we are going to be doing quite a bit of healing work going into the transformation work. And the reason behind that, in my mind at least, is because in order to start the process of personal transformation, you sort of need to start healing the things that are rifting in you, you know, that are causing you pain, causing you emotional stress, that are holding you back from all sorts of things. It could be like certain kinds of pain that are holding you back from being the best person you can be, that are, you know, basically ripping yourself open, and it's not doing you any good. So you need to heal those things within yourself in order to be able to move on, move forward, heal yourself, and then undergo the personal transformation, which is the goal for 2015. So I just thought we would share these crystals, have a better look at them, you see how shiny they are. It's a much better look, really. And there you go. So there may or may not be a couple more videos at the end of this year, I don't know. I'm just going with how I feel about it. I wasn't feeling it. I'm thinking maybe, you know, leaving it till 2015, but so I just think maybe it's better to do some more, just feel it out and things of that nature. So there we go. That is it for Xmas Yule Crystals. A better look. And many, many blessings.